Indiana is fighting to preserve tens of millions of dollars in federal highway money that it could lose over a disagreement on the strength of its drunk driving laws. State leaders say Washington is being arbitrary and unreasonable. RTV6 reporter Norman Cox has details.
If Indiana doesn't solve this problem with Washington, it stands to lose or be unable to use as it wants more than $40 million in federal highway money. The dispute is over a revised federal interpretation of Indiana's laws on open containers and repeat drunk driving offenders. When the laws were enacted 8 years ago, Indiana received written certification that they met federal standards. Now, even though neither federal nor state laws have changed, Washington officials have reinterpreted Indiana's statutes and say they don't measure up.
It gets very specific very quickly, but it relates to open container laws and the hours of community service that someone who's a repeat intoxicated offender would have to drive. And Indiana already has strict laws in that regard.
If Indiana doesn't change its law, Washington will remove more than $40 million now available for highway construction and repair and force the state to redirect it to safety projects. INDOT says that would be forcing the state to create make-work projects. Senate Transportation Committee Chairman Tom Weiss, who fought for years to strengthen Indiana's drunken driving laws, is angry that Washington has changed its mind on something it approved years ago.
I could be facetious about this and say that we didn't vote for the current president out of our state, but this time. But it's really kind of interesting because, it's like I said, we went through this once before. They certainly better not withhold any funds on us, because we were given the okay and the green light on this back years ago.
Highway officials believe they can rush through changes in Indiana law in time to avert the loss of the money, but they say they don't understand why they have to when the same law that they have now was deemed to be in compliance in the past. At the State House, I'm Norman Cox, RTV6.
The House Roads Committee chairman has introduced a bill to make the fixes Washington is demanding.